Okay.
I was hoping you'd jump in on that.
You're not gonna finish that?
No, I was setting you up for your. I was just
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here on a beautiful.
I'm gonna spit in this blue gallon of water.
Please don't. On this beautiful Saturday night. How we doing, boys?
Oh, terrific! I'm not looking forward to this though.
Spritzing it up, boys.
Oh, I mean, we look like $1,000 right now, personally.
I mean, yeah, compared to about like 3 hours ago when we looked like a 2 cent.
My head had so much sweat that was literally dripping off.
Yeah, calm down there, numbnuts. You were in the basement where it was air conditioned.
That just shows you how much I sweat. And then just from that, it was still dripping off.
Oh my God!
It's like that Clifford Franklin over here. Jumbo wasn't the only one whooping ass. Oh yeah, you're the man, Pat Lynch.
Sitting in the. This is weird. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was gonna be sweeter.
It's a bitters liqueur in there.
First of all, I'll be the first one to say it. Welcome back, Pat. We missed you. We missed you on the podcast.
No, we really didn't. After last week's show,
it gets better, Peter. The first few drinks every time, I'm like, why did I order this? What's my thoughts?
I'm trying to think. Like it's almost like an overwatered orange soda.
God.
It's not that bad. Come on now.
It's very bitter. I'm not a bitter kind of guy.
Mine's not bitter at all.
Well, yeah, because you swirled a Jolly Rancher in it beforehand, so shut up.
You're such a whiner over here.
I'm pulling double duty. I'm pulling double duty here for Joe Keneally this week.
Joe Keneally for us this week. Nice. Yeah, Mr. Keneally. So Mr. Lynch comes back from Europe. Mr. Keneally goes out to Europe. They can't be on the same continent anymore.
That's the way the world works.
They just can't.
He is in. So our boy Joe is in Ireland. He's not going to the T Swift concert on Saturday. He's going on Sunday, which is surprising to me.
Well, he's on vacation, so
probably
that really doesn't matter.
Maybe it's cheaper. Maybe it's easier to get tickets on Sunday.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah. And
probably not cheaper, but maybe easier to get a ticket.
I would assume, yeah, I would think that you'd probably have more luck getting the Sunday ticket rather than Saturday.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's a good call. I didn't even. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't know Joe was leaving for Europe until like Saturday late night.
I did get asked by a couple people if I was in Europe to see Taylor Swift, and I'm like, no.
Because half his flight, Joe said, were women going to see T Swift.
Yeah, because she wasn't in Italy when I was there, so that would probably be one of the main reasons it was a no. But yeah.
Do you think Katrina would have went?
No, Katrina's not Taylor Swift.
Oh, okay.
So Pat does.
You know me, Chris.
Big Swiftie over here.
So I was.
Actually, I was trying to figure out how I could get the train to England.
There's a train to England from Italy?
Yeah.
Stops and I know that. Yeah, I'm assuming
the bullet trains are.
Yeah, but okay, this is a dumb question. I thought England was an island.
Yeah,
it is, but
there's a tunnel. On
you'd have
to
get to France and then take
France.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what.
That's
bullet trains. The U.S. needs to get on board the bullet train stuff, boys. It's a nice way to get around the country.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. I mean, Japan has it down to a freaking science.
I mean, the problem with the U.S. is that like they use those same lines for like freight trains and they use them for. But again, like I mean, build some room fucking lines and let's get some like you can get.
They want to do a bullet train from Milwaukee all the way down
to Indy would make sense. Like from like northeast would make sense, like Boston to New York or and all those other
Philly. Yeah.
Me and Peter have been taking the train more recently.
Yes, we've had to. It's impossible to go.
The blue line to
downtown.
Yeah,
dude, it's $60 to get downtown nowadays, and you're going to sit an hour and a half. We can get on the blue line for $2.25 and get there in 20.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm at a bit of shy. If I felt like the prices in Europe were, it was like the inflation that hit in Europe is harder or something. It just did not feel like I was spending as much money and maybe granted it was euros, so it was inherently a little bit more than dollars. But I felt like the prices at restaurant stuff was way more reasonable in Europe. Plus, you don't have to tip 20%. So.
That's nice.
It was
nice.
pretty, so I mean, like if you like the rule of thumb our travel agent said was like if you go to a restaurant, like if it's exceptional service, like maybe 10%, and if otherwise, like anywhere around like a few euros to like €5 is like a normal good tip for people. So like
you get that America.
Yeah, I mean Katrina, but I mean they obviously pay them differently. I'm not sure how that works exactly.
Yeah, well that's what in Illinois they're trying to get rid of that.
They don't have like in some restaurants, you do, but like not like the nice restaurants, you have like dedicated waiters for like your table. But what it is a lot of times it's like whatever, like the waitresses are all sort of working in unison, working all the tables at one time. It's not like you have a dedicated server. You have like one person that come in, you want some water, cool, take your order. Another person will bring your food. Another person will like come back and check on you. Like there's not as much of that, and also they don't turn tables, which is fascinating to me. That
you can stay there as long as you want.
Yeah.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah, because you have to, and they won't bring you the check until you like absolutely ask for it.
Oh, that's kind of interesting.
So that was a little different. And like, but I mean, like Katrina and I were having meals were like $60. You know, I put $5, $65 out the door. So even with the conversion, that's probably like 75. Like, you know, I mean, here I can't get a meal with $400.
Oh, dude.
Katrina, I could try to go to like a fast food place for spending $50.
Dude, I'll tell you right now.
Me and Pepsi spent $50 on chicken wings last night.
I went to.
Nuts.
I'll tell, dude. I told Chris this, Pat. I'll tell you this. So on Thursdays, I sometimes go to the airport to work at one of the businesses there. On my way back, my uncle asked me to pick him up lunch. Usually, I'll stop and get a McDonald's. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. 9 cars on the line. No, thank you. There's a Panera on the way still. So I'm like, I know I'm going to play a little bit more. Maybe he's getting a little bit better quality, whatever. Guess how much a grilled cheese, a cup of mac and cheese, and a coffee was at Panera?
$22.
On the dot. That's insane. $22 for that.
Take guess how much my Smash Burger was that I got in the airport in Philly with a drink and fries.
Oh, at least 35.
Yeah.
It was $26.
Wow.
Oh, God.
And that was without bacon.
Jesus Christ.
Terrific.
You know what, though?
One thing about Europe, also to finish that real quick, is the restaurants, they don't, like, if you want, there's no water on the table. So you want water, it's like anywhere from like,
I heard.
Anywhere from like $1.50 to like $4 to get a bottle of water for the table.
Is there a reason for that?
They just don't. It's just something they don't do, I guess, and it's because it's not like they don't do like tap water, right? It's either like you get a bottle, a bottle, like a big bottle of like still water, or you get a bottle of sparkling water, and it's actually like a normal bottle you'd buy. It's not like they're going under some tap with a filter.
Can you go get a bottle? Can you just bring a bottle of water in then, or no? Is that not?
Try. That's a good question. Also, like randomly in Rome, they just have these random fountains across the city that you can fill your water bottle up. No one could explain to me where the water comes from, if it's filtered. Everybody's like,
they don't know.
Everybody's like the one thing everybody says is safe to drink. Don't worry. Like, I am a little concerned.
Yeah,
but
help a brother out.
But
here.
I did drink it, but then I had a bunch of alcohol to make sure it was balanced.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you don't want to drink. You don't want to. What do they call that? Montezuma's revenge.
Yeah, don't drink the water in Mexico.
In Mexico, no. But to bring hold on to last night at Lou's, price wise, the week before, me and Lauren went to this brewery on Southport, and I got like she got a salad, I got a burger, no bun, and I got a flight of beer, and she got.
You mean Lou? But before this, you're saying Lou on Ice, right?
Yeah. Okay. So this Friday we went to Lou's. Last week we went out. I spent $130 for tip for burger, salad, and a couple of beers. I was so mad.
It's outrageous.
I was like, this is insane. And then last night we go to Lou's. We get 3 pizzas. We get a salad.
Deep dishes are standard.
What's up?
Deep dish or they're the thin crust.
So we got small deep dish, large thin crust, and I got a medium or small crustless.
That's like $100 on pizza or more, right there.
Yeah. Well, it was 130 split, so it was like $60 a couple. Not bad at all.
But so crazy.
No, it is, dude. It's. I mean, whatever. We could talk about inflation all day, and that was a big topic on the debates, and they went back and forth and whined and bitched and moaned about it. Who's at fault? And it's honestly, it's not really either. It's COVID. They didn't know what they were doing. They tried to spend their way out of it, and now we're dealing with it.
Yeah, and nothing's going to
The best is the fucking feds this week. Inflation's only rising by 2.6, which they feel good about, and it's like we're 2.6 on top of the highest levels we ever had. We're not gonna have deflation. I get that, but don't be cheering 2.6 in inflation. Like this is absolutely insane.
No, we're getting raked over the coals.
That's an understatement. Peter screwed me over on what was it, Wednesday? Or third? No, it was Wednesday, I think. When we drove home, we could have stopped at a gas station and got gas for $4.09.
Couldn't tell you how bad I feel about this.
I forget what gas was before I left, but I saw like 4. Yeah. I think I saw 4.20. I'm like, God damn!
It's gone from 4.20. It's literally, Pat, in a week, like the 2 weeks that you were gone, it's gone from 4.20 to 3.60 to 4.10. It's all over the map right now.
I remember it being like the mid to high threes when I was leaving. I'm like, what the fuck?
Go ahead, Chris. You had a good story there, bud.
Oh yeah. So Peter then decides, no, we'll go to the gas station closer to the highway, and jacks me up by 20 cents a gallon.
It was 4.05 where he got it was 4.25. It's like, fuck you. 3 blocks.
Fat cat like you, that's no big deal.
Oh, it's BS.
All right, so before we get too into this podcast, we probably should address the last week's. We want to say welcome to the
800 new followers we have.
25 new followers.
The word is out in your feet?
Yeah, we apologize. Didn't realize that feet were a big deal. This is not. Yeah, we're not. It wasn't a thing on purpose or anything.
Size 14 shoot is good. People going, baby.
Thanks for looking. Thanks for coming to the podcast.
Thanks for looking. I appreciate it.
There's not really going to be feet in this. This is not what we're here for. So all those new subscribers, I apologize.
We're going to crop a thing of Peter's feet right here.
Yeah, we'll put it right here for you. But hey, thanks for joining. Thanks for listening to last week.
That's the Patreon version. You guys want to? You got to pay for that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
that was a little tease.
It was really interesting to see. So I don't know, Pat. I'll tell you the little story that. So Tuesday, we have our 25 like listeners. Sometimes we'll get to, usually we get about.
I actually listened this week.
Yeah,
and I did the video one.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm one of the 615, baby.
No, it's 750 right now.
I heard feet, and I'm like, I got to do the video version.
Yeah.
Gots to.
It's 750, by the way. But no, so we we probably get 50 to 60 views, and just random people. I watch it. I like
20,
watching
25
it.
times, and then get a
and we never get any likes. Like it's just me. 3 likes all 3 likes are me. And we haven't had
any. Peel the curtain back here.
Yeah, well, I don't care. This podcast is for. It's like honestly, people ask me why do I do it? It's a live journal for us.
I do it for the spritzes.
It's truly.
I do not.
It's actually I like this. It's not terrible. It's fresh.
It's refreshing.
So Tuesday I woke up. I got the podcast on Monday. We take a look Tuesday. I usually take a look to see where we're at. We were at like 30 on Tuesday. I'm like, okay, that's great. Like, no big deal.
Solid week. We'll get a few more.
Yeah, we'll get to 50. That's a great week for us. I don't care. Like, so I didn't even post anything Tuesday night because I was like, oh, I'm already at 30. I don't care. Checked it Wednesday morning. We're at 104 views. And I'm like, okay. And
something went wrong.
We had 7 new subscribers. So I literally re-listened to it. I'm like, what did we say? We had to have done something stupid. I'm like, oh my God, what did we say? And I'm thinking back, and I thought the podcast was very tame. Joe didn't even want to drink.
Yeah, that was pretty boring, honestly.
Oh, yeah? I thought it was a good decent. I actually like that podcast.
That's a real snoozer, yeah, jabroni.
It's missing something. It's missing some guy that's
more entertaining. Yeah, who interrupts everybody at any chance he can.
I can't talk into the microphone.
I don't know. Joe and Chris are cutting each other off quite a bit in that one.
And Joe wasn't talking into the mic, so I can't give you. So Chris the week before couldn't talk into the mic. Joe last week couldn't talk into the mic. It was getting me hot and bothered. But so then by midday we're up to 350 and we have 15 new subscribers. I'm like, oh my God, what is it? So then I started looking at the analytics, and some foot podcast had re-shared us.
There's a foot podcast.
Oh, yes.
There's a podcast about feet, or I don't know what it is. And then there was a comment that was kind of creepy, and I'm like, oh, it's the bare feet in there. And I'm like,
Peter, let me ask you, do you feel good or exploited that your feet are trending a little bit?
I honestly don't. I mean, it's feet. Like if that's your thing.
Does Lauren ever tell you that you have nice feet?
No, I have ugly feet. Have you seen the bottom of my feet? I have callus. I'm a runner, so thank God I don't have.
Maybe the callus get people going. I don't know.
It's possible. But I mean, I don't have any like weird ugly toes or anything. But I don't have we have runner's toes. We smash our feet.
Pat's a subscriber to the Foot Podcast, and he called in saying, "Hey, if you want to see some real nasty feet, tune into the S&P Podcast."
And then by the end of the night, it was like up to 600. We've had 20 new subscribers. I'm like, what in the sweet Jesus? But hey, if that's your thing.
They're going to immediately after they hear this
Lauren
podcast
asked me
be
that.
gone.
Lauren, I asked Lauren, does that bug you at all? That like, and she's like, no, like I just didn't like feet are not sexual to me. Like I never thought about that.
Peter, you shouldn't be. You're disappointing many fans around the world right now. All 614.
They're trying to retract their views now. They're locked in,
you're
baby.
See subscriptions drop.
So you might catch a foot here and there, but it's not on purpose, and we're not trying to. Yeah, I honestly. So Ben and Nicole asked me, "Are we going to do anything fun to like?" And I honestly thought we should like start with our feet out and then put socks on and be like, "Hey."
So I was like,
whatever.
So Chris, I figured out Peter's bachelor party shirt. We're going to get him sit on the couch with his feet up.
Why not? It's not a bad move.
I mean, if you can get a good picture of him with his feet and his face
I'm just going to screenshot I'll pause the video and screenshot it up,
Pat's going to watch it another 100 times.
Yeah.
Pat's like 6
got me all hot and bothered, guys.
It's a 9-hour flight back from Rome, guys.
No, but honestly, has that ever been a... I don't know.
Are you asking if I have a foot fetish? No, I do not have a foot
But
fetish.
have feet ever done anything for you?
No.
Not
for me.
That is what it is, I guess. We all got our things.
It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
But hey, to each their own.
Absolutely. That's what I said.
Chris
Hey,
finishes spritz first.
I did.
Oh, he wanted it done so goddamn bad. I like this. It's kind of refreshing. I don't think there's any alcohol in here, but
there is actually. There's champagne and prosecco.
Yeah, it feels pretty.
Pretty non-alcoholic.
It's not. Yeah, that's the problem with it. You have a few of these and you start feeling a little bit.
All right, so we got that out of the way.
I have one funny story from your.
Oh no, we got a ton. I got a ton. So, first thing I want to know, Pat. First thing you think of Italy, I want. What's that thought?
It was relaxing.
Okay, that's good. That's nice.
It was not. I mean, the people were very friendly. We did our best to attempt Italian, and I think that the native speakers appreciated that. They have a tendency to know when you're gonna go off the rails, though, as an American. Like you'll be like ordering something, you'll be like saying in Italian, and you're like da da da, and then they'll be like, it's a question like maybe like something like do you want so and so with that, and they know you're not gonna have any idea what you're saying or how to respond, so they'll be like, how do you want the steak cooked, and then you'll be like, medium please, medium por favore.
Cork soaker.
And then
cork soaker.
Yeah.
Cork soaker.
I couldn't find any cork soakers because I was looking around, but
that's an SNL skit.
SNL.
It's so good.
That's nice. Damn it, I wish I would have seen that. So okay, all right. That's the first question. I like that. That's cool. It's relaxing. That's great. We all need a little
you
bit
walk
of that.
A shit ton too, so it's relaxing, but you still walk a fuck ton. So
that's what they talk about.
Tired.
Like all the
because the traffic in Rome makes Chicago seem not so bad.
Oh yeah,
because it is a very compact city. Their roads are extremely old. So it's also here's the fun part. Let's say you have two lanes, right, like this. That's your 2 lanes. So there's a shit ton of cars this way. Then you've also got Vespa, and they go like this. So Vespas cut in and out of traffic, and whenever they want to. I didn't see 9 people die in my one cab ride from the airport. It was beyond my comprehension. Also, the roads are really narrow, and so when you're walking, there's people walking on both sides. These cars just fly through the road, and they're like there's not the U.S. kind of like you play like game. Are they going to stop? In Italy, they don't stop. So you better not get in front of the car.
Oh, the pedestrians don't have as many rights.
They do not have rights.
Oh, nice.
Because mostly there's also no like crosswalks. It's all like cobblestones, and this is Rome predominantly. In Florence, was a smaller city, wasn't as bad, and then in Sorrento, it was like a coast city. There wasn't as many cars. In fact, in the downtown area in Sorrento, they don't let cars in there after between like 9 and like 9 through the day.
Why is any reason? Or
because people are always walking around, so they think they just shut the cars out of there during that time frame.
Okay, all right.
Interesting.
It's a very small city though.
All right, favorite thing you got to eat?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
If you got a couple, you can throw a couple out there.
So I mean, the Florentine's known for steak Florentine. Really.
Okay, what is that?
So it's just like it's like a big T-bone that they cook and that they season a certain way and they cook it they cook it like a certain way. It's good. They also in Florence we have
so they got a steak that they cook a certain way, they season a certain way, and then they.
It's very good.
That sounds
like a real.
I'm sure
no clue what the hell
that is. Fucking clue what that might be.
Also in Florence, we went to a restaurant called Acqua Dua 2, which had a blueberry filet with a blueberry steak sauce on it, and I know it sounds odd, but that was really phenomenal, very good, amazing. In Rome's known for kind of like 3 main pastas. They have like a matriciana, carbonara, and then goche pepe, which are all very good. The carbonara there is actually how carbonara probably should be. Here it's just very buttery and Americanized.
Oh yeah.
So it's very different over there. It's more like egg and that. So in Rome, one of my favorite things I ate is there's this local place called Trapezzino, and basically they make like these big like sort of trapezoid like size like bread with filling in it, and then they cut it up and you make like little sort of sandwiches out of them. And like the stuffings can be like chicken cacciatore, one was like a meatball. They had like a mozzarella with like zucchini, and they had a whole bunch of options. And let me tell you, boys, they had a cacciatore and a meatball one. It was one of the food tours we did, and they were so good. They're so good that Katrina and I went back there the next day for lunch for the same thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
So they were really good.
How was the Nug Nation out there?
I did not actually have any Nug Nation, but I did go by the McDonald's in Rome and in Florence. Or there was one in Florence. Yeah, there was one in Florence too. But did not do the Nug
you
Nation.
sent the snap, and I was trying to.
Evidently, if you happen to get a beach towel though, for some reason, I'm not sure why that the correlation on that one is. Didn't quite get that. Was lost in translation.
Is it like a returnable one, or do you keep it forever?
No, you could keep like a big ass. They give you like a beach towel.
That's kind of cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that's interesting. But also like the Matriciana was very good in Rome. In Florence, it's more like red.
All right, you're saying words. What the fuck is a Matriciana?
It's just like the type of sauce. It's like a red sauce with like it's got like pancetta and like or like some kind of like pork based like bacon kind of thing in there. So it's very good. And then in Rome or Florence, they have they're more like ragu based. So we actually did a cooking class where we made our own ragu.
Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah, we saw your mom was there too.
Yeah, that's crazy that you got her out there for a weekend.
Yeah, just for hot. Flew her in and out real quick.
She had potatoes with her.
Lawrence couldn't make it though. So the cooking class.
Lawrence is like, oh, jackpot.
Yeah, he wanted to spend a long time. So the ragouts are really good out there. In Sorrento, it's much more like seafood. Because around the coast, it's more seafood heavy. Their stuff there. So some really fresh calamari was good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby.
And then
I don't see you liking too much seafood.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest seafood guy, but I ventured a little bit into that stuff there.
He had some shrimp, Chris. Maybe a little calamari.
We did go to one place in Florence. It was they give you it was like a 4-course meal for like $80 a person, roughly €80 a person. So that way, like an eggplant thing, we had like a pasta that was really good. One of the interesting things I had in Rome was a ravioli with like an orange cream sauce. Again, sounds very strange, but like you got to try it, right? And it was actually really good as well. It's like they have like a lot of like fruit kind of like subtleties in their sauces. So.
Yeah.
So food was really good. All our other food was very phenomenal.
Did you feel different eating after versus when you eat in America?
Yeah, I mean, we ate a lot, and it wasn't like you were super.
Oh,
stuffed.
we could tell.
It wasn't like you were super stuffed. The pasta definitely felt it was like it was fresher. I don't think it was much.
You're also walking a crap ton, so that doesn't.
So I think it kind of balances it out there a little bit.
Yeah, cool. I hate to ask this, but is there one thing that you maybe wouldn't do again? Didn't like?
Not things that I didn't like necessarily.
Anything that was like.
So like we went to in Florence, they have like the statue of David. I'm not sure you're familiar with that or not, but
yeah, with the penis.
So that's
nice.
that's like a famous thing. They have like 2 galleries.
Did you touch it?
They don't let you get anywhere near.
Oh, okay.
They have the Uffizi.
You didn't put your face on it or anything?
No, they have the Uffizi.
That's on me. That's on me.
They have 2 galleries there, so like. We went to both galleries. We did the skip the line thing, which if you're ever going to go to Italy for anything, get the skip the line tickets because the lines are fucking insane over there.
Oh yeah, I saw a thing on Instagram about it.
Yeah,
it's insane.
buy the skip the line tickets. It saves you so much time. But like those galleries, like the David's the main thing, but they also have like a lot of like we did like a self-guided tour for both galleries, and like when you've seen like 15, misprice is my ignorance in art for the record, but like you've seen like 15
You're just ignorant.
religious statues, like all kind of look the same. Like, and even Katrina was like, yeah, they all kind of look like all these like paintings, like they all kind of look the same at some point.
Yeah, I'm not a big art person either.
Yeah, so like, I mean, I'm glad I went to them, but I would probably skip those again.
Borefest.
And then again, if like with Rome, Rome has like known for like obviously the big things like the Colosseum, Roman Forum, Pantheon, Spanish Steps, Vatican stuff. So like there, like I mean, unless I was going with someone that didn't necessarily had never been there before, like I don't know if I would do all those things again.
Yeah,
not necessarily.
Yeah, I see it once, I see it twice.
And Rome's and probably Rome is a city that I would spend less time in if I would go back to Italy because I've seen a lot of the stuff there. I would spend more time probably like in the coastal region, like the Sorrento, the Amalfi Coast, Capri, that kind of area. We didn't get a ton of time there.
Get your feet wet.
I did swim in the Mediterranean, so it was nice.
Oh, nice.
Well, you didn't die, ladies and gentlemen. Nice.
Still here.
The one thing, so from Instagram, because I've seen pretty much your entire trip, the one thing I did like was the city you guys went to where like, it's an old school city and like they like kind of told you what these used to be. Like the one, like Katrina's like, this used to be a fast food stand. And
Pompeii?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pompeii is insane. So like I didn't realize how big it was. It's like 60 acres overall. They've got 40 of it excavated. There's like another 20 they're kind of slowly working on. I mean, it's just
because they have new discoveries all the time.
Yeah, and it's just, I mean, it's a massive city. Like, it's insane to look at like the ways that like you can see like how the people lived and like you can see because it's the most preserved thing because it was really
yeah, it's all in ash
and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's really insane to see like the ingenuity they did and how they used to have like they'd have a courtyard in their house and it was like a hole in the roof and it would like they had tanks underground to like capture rainwater. They had like. They could see where they used to have donkeys to like, turn grain. They had like bars and restaurants that you could see like how they would have like the bar set up here and like the streets in front of you. And then there's like an oven back here. So like, they're like,
yeah,
like, it's
you just walk by and grab some stuff.
But it's like, this was 98, 93, 80.
They excavated one time. They had a picture of like a sign of like fast food.
Yeah. In the middle of the street, you could see where they had made tracks so that chariots could go up and down it.
Oh, so that they can.
Yeah. Yeah, and they also had like stoppers so that chariots couldn't go past a certain point. And so I mean, it was just the ingenuity is insane.
Yeah, that looked really cool.
Colosseum was really cool too. It's insane how they built that thing. It's insane that there was that many people and like the trap doors they used to use to like get people up and down under the thing. It was really kind of insane.
Yeah, it makes you feel so small. That was
the one person
hundreds and thousands.
We were on a tour and someone's like
thousands of years ago.
This was like it's not that big. I'm like this is like an NFL stadium built in like 90 like 100 a couple hundred years.
Yeah,
like, a couple hundred years. Like
exactly.
Like, this is insanity.
Yeah. Yeah, and built by hand.
Yeah, I mean,
not all the technology we have now.
Yeah, no, it's insane that they built that.
Yeah. Awesome. Sounds like a great time. We're glad to have you back, Pat.
I love to say that I'm
You
glad to
can-
be back, but the bank account dictated otherwise, so I couldn't stay.
I can
We
imagine.
can send you back.
Yeah. Hey, Chris.
On
send
your
me back-
dime, Chris, no
pass
problem.
Pass me back that gallon, baby boy. Yeah.
Nah, I don't think I will.
Come on, don't be
Some
like
of the
that.
boats you see down by like the coastal areas are insane though. Like our hotel room had a view of the ocean, and you could see like the boats were like docked out there, and these things are just like massive, hundreds of $1 million of boats.
Yeah, you meet Jeff Bezos.
No. But J-Lo was actually in the Sorrento in the same time area that we were there. Actually.
Yeah, she had to fly coach. Like she didn't like she flew coach.
Yeah.
But I think that's just because they didn't have like it was just a small plane.
Yeah.
It's not like she's like hurting for money. I don't think.
No, I don't think so. But
Yeah.
the coastal
Her
area.
bed not doing so hot.
The coastal area is really cool. We'd love to go back there and spend some more time down there and just have some more. We had a lot of activities on the coast. We didn't really have any downtime there, so we'd like to have a few days just hang on the beach. Would be nice.
Is it like a nice beach, or is it kind of like?
You get to hang out with George.
It's,
Rocky Beach?
It's all black sand because it's where Vesuvio came down.
Yeah.
That area. So it's black sand beaches. They can look like certain areas. So they're like, there's a couple areas there. Like the one we went to one beach that's was like farther north is in the Cinque Terre, which are like these 5 towns that are built into a mountain. We did like a day trip over there, and then the other ones are like in Sorrento, Capri, all those places, Amalfi Coast are all like different cities that you can kind of stay at down there if you wanted to. We were in Sorrento though.
And why? Any reason why you chose Sorrento?
That's where our travel agent put us.
Nice. Always.
Did you get to go to George Clooney's nice little villa out there?
He wasn't accepting invitations,
No.
so
Oh, jeez.
What a shame.
I did send him a DM on
Yeah.
Twitter.
On the S&P.
From the S&P podcast. Hey,
yes.
yo, we're showing feet now, boy.
Yeah. Come on in.
Georgie, baby, let me in.
Come on, baby. Okay, so I did have a few things I wanted to talk about on the podcast. One being, let's see where we're at. We've got 136 subscribers now, and I just want to see where we're at 806 on the with 47 likes.
Nice, killing it. Straight killing it.
Peter, if you just you should just do like a clip of your feet and see what that does.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I pinned that video to the front of our page now.
Oh, that's not a bad idea, actually. We can make that. Joe's like, that's not a bad idea. I should do that for every new episode, but we're not good podcasters, ladies and gentlemen. We do this for ourselves, not for
Yeah.
you. Minus the feet. That was all for you guys, not for us.
That was for Pat, though. Let's be serious.
All right, I got a few things I want to go through. One, first, we're going to have to do a little thing on the debate. I wanna show
part?
us-
I didn't watch a lot of it, so.
how could you watch more than 10 minutes
I
without...
didn't watch any of it, and I know
So
more than I
the
wanted
highlights
to.
and they were pretty terrible as it was.
How could you watch any more than...
Trump did deny that he had sex with Stormy Daniels, so I saw that.
a porn star, not actually Stormy Daniels.
She is a porn star.
It's true.
I mean, what other porn?
This is Bill
There's no
Clinton-
other
this is Bill
porn stars been
Clinton.
listed.
This is Bill Clinton here. Like I did not have sexual relations.
Yeah, this is the best thing I've seen about the debates. I'm gonna play it over the speakers. Hopefully, you guys can hear it. Do you know who
Voting
that?
for Steve Harvey, baby.
How amazing is that video? The
Oh,
internet's-
Steve. I was trying
yeah.
to figure who Steve was. I'm like, who the fuck is Steve?
I'll tell you a good one. Pepsi showed me a good one earlier. It was the Home Alone. And it's like, if Home Alone was directed by, if Kevin was trying to find a lobby from the two presidential candidates, and the one's got Trump in there, he's like, hey, which way to the lobby? And Donald Trump's like, oh, just down this way. And then they do another one with Biden, and Biden just like Kevin's like, hey, how do you get to the lobby? And Biden just walks right past him, ignoring him.
What's up, kid?
I thought that was pretty good.
I mean, Biden sounded much more coherent in his next campaign speech the next day.
Yeah, what the hell was that?
He seemed very coherent in that one.
Whatever drugs they gave him, or whatever mic they put up his ass, where was that at? The first 10 minutes of his debate, he stopped for 7 seconds. He lost the train of thought.
There was literally somebody said that he's better reading off like a teleprompter than he is just like having.
Oh, off the cuff?
Yeah, off the cuff. Yeah.
That
That makes sense.
That makes sense. Why it'd be better in a campaign.
But I mean, Trump. So it's tough because you watch Trump, and he's there. Like he's not. Like he can.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit, but he's there.
He's everything's a lie.
Yeah.
And then you go to, and then they go to him. You go to anybody else would be like, you're an idiot. Like I don't think you've ever said anything that's at all truthful. But they go to Biden. He's like a bit, and then
you're trailing off there. Did I catch a niner?
I kind of feel like there's not a lot of people out there that are like, you're really waiting on the debates to see who you're going to vote for, right? I mean, I feel like you're kind of leaning one way or the other.
Well,
right?
if you're if you're
not voting for Chris, go ahead.
If you're well, you know who you're voting for unless you're a fan of Robert F. Kennedy and the Democratic Party's trying to boot you off the ballot.
Won't even give him an option.
He's an independent, though. He's not a
No, the Democratic Party is trying to keep him off ballots in
everywhere.
Every state.
That would be good for Biden.
No, I think it would be better for I think it would be better for Biden.
That he steals votes from Biden?
No, he'll steal votes from Trump more. I think more people who would want to vote.
I don't know. I feel like
there's
Trump's
polls. The polls out there say this.
But usually independents take away from Democratic votes usually.
I don't know.
I feel I don't know much about it, but I feel Pat may be more right. I feel like he may. I
think the polls say that he would. So he's throwing a challenge out there. He said, "Hey, Biden, let's do an independent poll, you versus me. If you win, I will drop out right now. If I win, you drop out because the polls say RFK can beat Trump 1-on-1." RFK can beat Joe 1-on-1.
I don't believe any of these polls.
Joe, but he can't beat both of them.
I don't believe any of these polls though. Like,
but
it's such a because who are these polls? Who are they polling? They're not polling at 300 million Marys who they're going to vote for, right? So like,
yeah, but they're taking. I mean, a lot of these have been statistically accurate.
I just don't believe them.
But I mean, you might not believe them.
They also said Clinton was going to kill Trump, and that didn't happen with the polls either.
There were a couple polls that were saying, but it was everybody in the media was saying that there's no way Trump can beat Hillary. But the polls said it was much closer, and there was it came out that if a certain way, if white women voted for Trump, he was going to win, and that's what happened.
Thanks, Karen.
Yeah, right. No, but he knows Biden's not going to do that. So then he said it to whoever takes over for Biden because everybody and their mother's calling for Biden.
I don't think that's happening either.
You know, it has happened one time. Ben told me this yesterday. It's happened one time where at the DNC, the presidential campaign.
Yeah, it was Johnson, right? Lyndon B. Johnson, was it?
Guess where that happened at?
Chicago.
It did.
Yeah.
The only time it's ever happened, and he stepped down.
I feel it's unlikely to happen unless he.
Well, get used to saying President Trump for the second term, and that man's coming for vengeance.
Well, at least we can't have more than 4 years of him, right?
Well, it depends. If he does another January 6th type.
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows?
I'm not going anywhere. He'll be dead. He'll be dead in 4 years. The way he eats.
I can't stand that.
I mean, let's be honest. What's his face? Jimmy Carter's been in hospice for a year, and that guy ain't going nowhere.
Give me Jimmy back in there, baby. Come on, Jimmy, get up there.
You know what kills me is he's like people. One thing I heard from him is like people are paying way more in taxes or are paying the lowest taxes ever. There's been no tax change. There's the Congress has done nothing with the taxes.
Yeah, it's the same tax code he said.
It's his tax code.
Yeah. The only thing that's changed is they upped the corporate rate by 7%.
Yeah, that was a big difference.
But that's not individuals.
Nope.
Nobody's. No
a lot of people are paying more taxes because
increased.
they're not good to use their item. Like owning a house, a lot of people just kind of doesn't really. I mean, it's nice to own a house, but it doesn't really help you from a tax perspective. A lot of people these days.
Oh no, not at all. No, if you're in a blue state and you're paying real estate taxes and your income taxes, forget about it.
I mean, shit.
No, Biden needs to step away, and he won't. So good luck having Trump for the next 4 years.
I keep seeing like one thing I don't get is I keep seeing like they're talking about like when I saw replacements for who's going to go in for Trump. Right?
That's true because you're right. 100%.
And then the one I keep seeing on there, which fucking boggles.
Please
my
tell
mind.
me. Yes, come on, give it to. I know what you're about to say, and we're gonna have a good conversation about
Gavin Newsom from California.
My man, last night, my man Ben,
who is ruining the state of California.
Oh man, Pierre got in so much trouble last night.
Me, not in trouble. I like Ben.
Trouble.
I like Ben a lot, but he said that Gavin Newsom, and I'm like, how he is destroyed. What
are you failing up in that situation? Like,
and Ben was like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like,
California has a huge deficit,
$45 billion. He's like, "But why does that matter?" It's just, I'm like, "What do you mean?" All because your interest to pay the interest, you're taking every tax dollar.
California's dipped into their rainy day fund. They have like they have like their rainy fund is like the lowest it's ever been like in history of California.
Dude, it's insane. You have, and I wish I was so taken back by that because Gavin Newsom is the worst governor.
He's the guy that's trying to like all the some of the stuff he's pulling out. Like that's why everybody's leaving California because of his policies.
San
Francisco's dead because of the shit he's pulling too.
This is all that I said yesterday, it wasn't going anywhere. And no, again, I love Ben. We could have a conversation and a debate about it.
That'd be the last. Give me 4 years of fucking trans Joe Biden on this one, then that guy.
I thought Gavin Newsom has destroyed.
You know, another one I saw up there was crazy.
California.
You know who else was another guy that they're throwing out there?
Bernie Sanders.
He's a governor of a state that some of us may be living in right now.
Oh no,
there's
no
way. He wanted. They were talking about him.
He wants
possibly.
to.
Yeah.
He maybe, not, but he's not.
But I saw his name and something. I'm like, these people are worse than Biden.
I think Harris, of course, but she's got no chance. There's I forget that he's an African American guy. He's got a bald head. He kind of looks like
Cory Booker.
No. He's kind of like Cleveland, that one old Cleveland coach. I think he's the Sacramento Kings coach right now. With the glasses, he used to be Steve Kerr's assistant coach.
Mike Brown.
Yes, but
Mike Brown
he
for
looks
president?
but he looks like Mike Brown.
I take it.
I'll take Mike Brown as president.
No, but you're right. So then me and Ben were talking about it. But there's no up and coming in the Democratic Party.
They're all old dudes.
There's no one that excites you.
Pelosi's like 95 years old too.
I also put this out there. Dude, I think we probably lean more Democratic than anything. What state that's ran by a Democratic governor right now is doing well? Illinois, Shitsville, USA. California, New York,
Massachusetts,
New Jersey.
Is Massachusetts still? Because Christie was there.
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia's not a state, but yeah.
Yeah, Philadelphia.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's Pennsylvania. I'm sorry.
All
these states are not doing.
Are they Democratic? I don't know that. I'm not sure that.
I
don't know who the Democratic.
I think they're like a kind of like one of those. What is it?
Maybe they're a swing state.
Yeah, swing state. Thank you.
I mean, seriously. I mean, Wisconsin probably is the only, because I think their governor's Democratic.
Yeah, but everything else in our state is Republican, though. Like all their Republicans, so they're like in a gridlock, too.
But I'm not saying being Republican is better, but it seems like they have surpluses, but his thing was like, what do you need? The Democratic states are giving more to education, to.
Do you not think it's easier, like in certain states, to be a balanced budget when you have less people? Like the state of Wisconsin population is like the Chicagoland area.
Yeah, but does that mean we have to spend more?
No, I'm just saying, like, is it? But like, it's the same kind of thing as you talk about, like when you talk about countries like Norway and how they replace like that, how they can do like how they can provide health care. Everybody, they have like a tenth of the people that we have to do that.
Here you go, Peter. These are some of the people that they think could possibly take over if Biden drops out. Kamala Harris, obviously. Gavin Newsom. J.B. Pritzker. No chance that
it would get him out of Illinois, so maybe it's not.
No, he would be right in the whole entire canal.
The only thing I could say about him is he balances a budget by doing weird tax revenue.
The fuck out of you.
No, but he hasn't raised your income tax. He's not raised your real estate taxes, but everything else.
He tried to raise your income tax.
Just don't play it. Just don't want to place a bet in Illinois.
Yeah, or try to buy marijuana.
Or he may try to take the toilets from the White House. You got the Michigan governor, Gretchen Whitmer.
Didn't she have a bunch of issues too?
Wasn't she the one?
She was the one. They were going after her hard during COVID, I think.
They were the ones that stormed her office with like guns and whatnot. I thought.
Well,
right?
that was that. If you actually hear that story, that's a weird story. That was all FBI trying to. Who got these like 4 guys? It's a bad.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not good.
Then you got Colorado Governor Jared Polis, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, and then they dropped in Bernie Sanders,
who's older than fucking Biden,
Robert F. Kennedy, Cornel West, and then
I don't think Robert F. Kennedy was going to get the nomination.
A representative named Dean Phillips from Minnesota.
Cool. Let's go, Dean Phillips.
Yeah, I didn't know Colorado was.
Bring back Barack.
Colorado's tries it's a Democratic state.
Yeah, but I wonder how that state's doing. That seems like it's probably doing okay.
They got a lot of prisons. They got the big prison.
I talk about, so one thing I said is like, our states, we're all raising taxes. Where like Arizona's reduced their income tax to 2%.
They've also had a bunch of people move in there, right?
Yeah.
They have a lot of people with money.
Yeah,
people with money have moved in there.
Yeah, all the people want to go down there because it's warm. Yeah.
I don't know. One of Dave's texts I was talking to, and like the guy's like, I can't leave my house between 12 and 4.
Yeah. I was talking to Warren.
That's not a joke.
Warren moved to Colorado. He goes to Colorado in the summers because you can't do anything in the.
Yeah, he's like, I literally can't leave my house from like 12 to 4.
Yeah, that's what happens. Me, Peter, we were all like walking around like doing stuff in like the afternoon down there when we went for Miguel's wedding. Ain't nobody out in between 10 and like 7 p.m. until the sun goes down. Ain't nobody doing anything.
That's crazy. It's nice in December, I'm sure though.
Yeah, but all the memes. Also all these with the people for Trump. What kind of pisses me off is how like negative they are to Biden. Like it's like, oh, he's a clown, and it's like we need to get back to being like respectful. Like, just if you don't like.
That's Trump. It's an extent. He's Trump.
Yes, I know,
Trump's made
yeah.
okay to do that. So
Yeah.
so they're gonna follow the law that they're following. He's the same
true.
shit that he says.
Chris, what time we at, baby boy?
You're at 40 minutes.
Oh, nice. All right. So last week, we had the pool party, which was
Did it rain here at all on Saturday?
no, or at night it did.
Night did.
Got
Like badly or no?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you
'cause-
pre or post your concert? Pre or post concert?
Or way
right
post.
after- way after.
Because a concert that I probably would have gone to in Wisconsin got canceled.
Oh, because of the
Oh,
rain.
wow.
Yeah, I heard Wisconsin had it pretty bad.
Yeah, they got canceled on Saturday night.
Yeah,
Oh.
we got
We got
lucked
that
out.
that night, I think, or I'm sorry, like the middle of the night.
Yeah, because we woke up the next morning. We played Tam on Sunday, and it was there were certain parts of it flooded.
Oh, Tam O'Shanter up there in Howard.
Oh yeah, we
So
played with Gavin.
It's a very you need to hit it straight.
I counted 4 times. Gavin almost killed a guy.
Yeah, it's that's of course I don't bring my driver out because the holes aren't that long and I can't control necessarily where there's going to be all the time.
Yeah, we played with a guy named Willie. He's a nice gentleman, and we had a really good time.
Me and my dad played on a day that wasn't that busy. I literally hit it like 4 fairways over.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh,
did,
dude,
I
it
did
is
that on the
tight.
first one.
Yeah, it was tight.
Nice, well maintained course though.
Brothers Osborne, amazing. Concert was great. Salt Shed, amazing. Had a great
You guys are
time.
inside or outside?
Outside.
So I think it holds more people outside than
Oh
inside,
yeah,
right?
they're having the largest karaoke. Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
I know. I felt like it needed a karaoke for some reason.
That sounds like maybe if you're trying to be like a Japanese guy.
Yeah, I don't know. But they're having the biggest karaoke fest. Like I think this weekend or during the 4th of July.
That seems like a good idea, but it's probably not a good
Oh
idea.
no! Like I don't want to be in front of like 10,000 people.
You suck.
Yeah. Get him off! Unless you
It was
can.
bad enough when we were at T-Box the one time when that person was singing at
Live band
Cubby.
karaoke.
That was
Oh.
bad enough when it was like that was only like 500 people in that bar.
Oh yeah, it was terrible.
There's music moves you sometimes, like moving you to the next bar.
I'll tell you. It's a great story from after that. So we do Brothers Osborne. We got the huge group together, and Frank's out.
How did Frank stay with one of you guys?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's at Chris's. Yep.
Nice.
And and Frank's like, I want to go to Enjoy. I'm like, oh, we've been there way too often. So we're like, all right, but because it's Frank, he hasn't been out. We're like, hell yeah, we'll do it. We go to Enjoy, and Lauren and Gracie are out, and they don't want to try to get an Uber out of here, so they come with us to make it easier. And there was literally 8 people in the bar, and the 8 people were us.
Nice. That's always a
And
good sign.
oh, dude, it was
Terrific time.
But the DJ was hitting the banger. He was hitting the banger playlist. So we we kept buying Jello shots like idiots, a bunch of us, and they were wine Jello shots. It was so gross, bro.
Did you guys end up at Lottie's again?
Well, we'll get there. So
That's a yes. That's a yes.
Lauren and Chrissy were gonna leave right away, but then the DJ is playing banger, so she's dancing, and the boys, everybody's dancing, and at some point, Lauren and Chrissy look at each other and realize that the boys are in the middle of the dance floor by themselves, and the 2 girls have been kicked out of the group.
That's Frank from working his magic. Oh, the boys!
Yeah.
No, we don't want to dance with you.
Had a tremendous time.
Who are the group of boys in that moment?
The 2 Hamiltons, Brian and Danny,
Oh, okay.
Joe Keneally.
Danny's nice.
Chris, Peter, and Frank.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good crew. Good
Solid crew.
Got to Lottie's. It was downpouring. Went to the basement straight up. It was a hot mess. It was swamped with people.
No circle jerk time.
Nope. No. And then we got to the front, cleared out, and we just danced, had a good time. Got home, had another not so good eating
Wait, you
moment.
went to the basement?
We started in the basement. We had to go to the basement and up.
Get the hell out. I walked right to the front door.
No, we didn't. We had to go
You're
through.
the king of the circle jerks. To let you right in.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I walked through the front door.
No, we went through the basement and up. And then came home, made some food.
Fun fact.
Not a good option.
So I was up early that Sunday because we had a hike that we went to, and I realized that when I woke up that you guys were probably in an Uber on the way home
Nice.
Oh, easily.
because it was like 9 a.m. or like so it was a 7-hour difference. So it was like 10 a.m. I got up and it was like that's like 3 o'clock in the morning here.
Easily.
I was gonna text, I was gonna text you guys and be like, hey guys, how's it going?
I don't think anybody would have texted back. We were all pretty gunzo. That was a bad hangover last week. So I tried some of this thing called Cheers. That's
Just gotta go with the scramblies, man.
Scrambies.
Scrambies. And
Oh man, no! I tried this like new powder thing, and these 3.
You got it all on the couch, and Lauren
felt
killed
like
you.
I felt like it made the hangover worse, Chris. Like truly.
I don't know anything. Like I tried the water and it didn't do much, and neither did the pills.
You know, we can't. We got our routine. Don't break.
Oh no, you're right. You're absolutely right.
I did try to give Frank Prill a BioSteel, and he did not take it.
When Frank comes home, he's not he doesn't like to. I've tried to force ibuprofen, water, all that shit down his throat. He doesn't take any of it.
No, he took the ibuprofen.
And then he wonders why. And then he wakes up. And he's like, "Oh, I feel like shit because he didn't listen to me."
Yeah, you got it. No, there's a science. We're literally scientists.
You and Frank get the Nug Nation there?
No, we literally got in, and he literally came in. I gave him ibuprofen. He took the 3 pills that me and Peter had gotten, and then he went right to bed, and so did I.
Nice.
Didn't even mess around.
I made a drink of liquid IV and Powerade and went right to bed.
Yeah, I didn't feel great till like Wednesday. Like just tiredness. Like I was so tired till Wednesday.
Yeah, it took me a while to adjust back. I was waking up at like 3 in the morning and like being exhausted about 8 o'clock in the evening. So it was a weird couple days.
I can imagine. Okay, so
also fuck Philadelphia.
It's a pretty big shit.
Let them know.
Don't ever go through there. Don't just go somewhere else. Transfer to somewhere else.
I think this is in South Korea. I should have put the country.
It's not likely North Korea.
They have a bot that works in the government offices that like transfers papers back and forth and stuff.
Sounds efficient.
And it tried to kill itself. It tried to save itself from a boredom of working at a government office.
I thought robots can't feel.
This one apparently can. This is what it had. I guess it's like got AI in it, so maybe it's gotten a little bit of whatever. But it literally like went over a kind of like so jumped and then it just tried to kill itself.
So you know what I'm getting from this? I'm getting that Robot Chris is not going to work, Chris.
No, Robot Chris will work. You just got to give it a Coors Light every once in a while.
Robot Chris can't drink Coors Light, so Robot Chris will kill itself.
Every time you give Chris a Coors Light, you get 16 hours of tax returns done.
Yeah.
Load it up, baby.
I was like, that's absolutely insane. That the robot felt, and it did not want to do that work anymore. That's funny. How crazy is that?
Robot Chris will also kill you if you don't give it Coors Light.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, isn't it?
That is wild.
Let's see here. Let's get into the feel good stories. Where we at, Chris?
We are at just over 47 minutes.
What about?
I have a good feel good story to start off with.
Get on in there. We can talk about this too. I wanted to talk about this.
I think it's at. Where's the Pritzker like children's zoo at? Is that
right next to Lincoln Park Zoo?
Okay. So at the Lincoln Park Zoo in the Pritzker Children's Zoo.
Oh yes, I think
they got 2 North American river otters that were donated to it, and they are defying logic because in captivity these otters only lived like to 12, 13 years, and the one female is like 19 and the male is 18 years old.
Oh wow,
that's cool.
Yeah.
There was I don't know exactly where this it's actually a rainbow python, I think is what it's called, but it's a female, which they thought was a male. It has not touched another snake in over 30 years or 15 years. It just gave birth to 15 eggs.
Oh wow!
So like some reptiles,
been banging somebody.
No, some reptiles over time can become like they can do both parts.
Life finds a way, guys.
Honestly, like the
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that's actual thing. Like so, those snakes. She had 15 babies, and it was like a rainbow. Cool. Like the snake was insane.
Like the rainbow boa or something like that.
Yep. Okay. One thing that Joe brought up this week, or no, was it Joe or Max? I think actually. And this really pissed me off. Raw dog in flights. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, I saw this. This is like where you don't do any headphones or anything. You just sit there, right?
You just sit there
and watch the travel map.
And they were doing it for like cross Atlantic flights, right? Yeah, I saw this.
Can you imagine somebody in the 60s hearing that you can watch TV, you can watch movies, you can play video games, you can do pretty much anything with electronic?
We're from Philadelphia. I literally watched the entire season of Fallout.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds amazing.
It's a TV show.
Could you just imagine, but think about somebody from the 60s, 70s, or 80s, or 90s, and knowing all the only entertainment they had going from this to, or the 3 months on a boat from England to America.
Let me tell you.
And you think you're a badass because you're raw dogging for 8 hours with nothing?
Let me tell you, the 9 hours on a flight was pretty boring.
Oh, I meant to ask you that. I wanted to say this. What did you think of the flight? I
mean, it's just a long time on a plane. The overnight one, like I think I slept. I didn't sleep a whole lot. It was like I would sleep. Like Katrina had like the window seat. I gave her the window seat, but we were like the back, which was like actually an aisle of 2. So like I was technically the aisle and she was the window. There was no middle seat.
That's nice.
So I chose those seats for that kind of reason. But like I just couldn't get comfortable and I couldn't fall asleep. It was like I think I would sleep for like 45 minutes. I'd wake up. Like 45 minutes, I'd wake up. So I watched a movie and then tried to fall asleep because they feed you. And then like I think I got like maybe like 2 or 3 hours in the sleep. So like we got to Rome, it was like 7 a.m. So like I'm trying to stay like we're trying to stay like the whole time. Like we're waiting for, and you couldn't check into like that hotel till like 3. So like we had walked around and stuff. We got to like 2:30. Katrina's like literally like passing out on this chair. I'm like, wake up!
It ain't time yet.
And did you get in and just like pass out?
No, I managed through, but I passed out pretty hardcore that Thursday night.
Oh yeah.
We had dinner at like 7 or 8, and I was like, I'm done. Like I can go.
Going to bed, baby.
I'm going back.
Yeah, it's crazy. And just kind of. And then how was the flight? How was the 26-hour flight or travel home?
I mean, the flights were fine. Like neither of them were super bumpy. We're on Boeing the whole time, so I guess Boeing's okay.
Lucky.
No Maxes, but everything else was we're on the 787s. No holes, no hole failures, obviously.
Do you get up at all like during like the ones? Aren't some of the ones like I know Lauren said on the London one like you can go and like get a drink or something?
Not on the maybe in the first class, but not on the plane that I was. It was pretty. It was like there was like a first class which had like benches, and then there's like we were like the main cabin, and there's like a back cabin, and like there was no place to walk to. Like I stood up a few times just like to stretch your legs a little bit, but like.
Oh, you're just in a seat for 9 hours. That sounds so goddamn miserable.
It's long. I'm not gonna lie, it's a long flight. Didn't love that part of it. So the thing, the flying there was smoother. Coming back, obviously we got delayed in Napoli. Napoli is also a really small airport, so if you can avoid Napoli, I would do that.
Oh yeah,
in the future, because like one thing I didn't get the memo on going to Napoli. So like these airports in Europe, like they're not built to house these giant jets. So like in the U.S., like, you land and they taxi you up and you walk off and you get in the airport, right?
Yeah.
Well, in Italy, you land and you get off a staircase, like you're the NFL team walking down. And you get on a bus to get to the terminal.
Yeah, they did that in what is it? Mexico. The one time me and Peter.
So that was an experience, but we didn't realize that on the international flight coming back that they're like you got to go to Terminal B, and we're like okay, like gates B, and so like you got to go like and get your passport stamped, and like I figured there'd be like another terminal behind that. It was literally like a fucking room, like probably the size of my basement. Which is holding all the people to go on like 6 gates worth of flights.
Oh wow!
And there's no there's 2 bathrooms, no concessions of any kind back there. Because Katrina's like, well, let's get a drink. I'm like, well, let's get when we get past this, right? And then it's like, no pass. Like, I guess we're not getting that drink anymore.
Oh jeez.
So we were in that room for like 3 hours waiting for our flight that just got delayed, and then we finally got taxied out to our plane, and then we sat on the tarmac for 30 minutes. Waiting for clearance to go. But the pilots really sucked in that plane because they didn't like give you any like heads up of like what's going on. Usually normally pilots like, hey, we're in line, just gonna be a little bit or something, give you like a little bit of thing. We're just like sitting there waiting. Nobody tells you anything. And then sometimes like, hey, we're gonna get some turbulence here, like they come on the PA and let you know. Nah, not this group.
Nah, screw you guys.
Not this group.
Gotta love that.
And then you get to Philadelphia and then you're in fucking Philadelphia.
So, oh yeah.
Which is it's a dirty, disgusting airport.
Yeah, Phil. I mean, I remember that from when we left for Max's wedding.
Also, I'm convinced. I
remember those bathrooms being gross.
I've landed in Philly twice now. I'm convinced that you just have shitty landings in Philly because our flight coming to Rome was also really rough landing, and our flight from Napoli into Philly was rough again.
Oh yeah,
I'm convinced that it's just a shitty airport to land in.
It's got to be because it's also right by that water.
Yeah, it's very like mine was like boom boom. I hit twice before we actually got on the ground.
Yeah, that was the scariest flight I've ever been a part of.
You had the where they kicked you back up.
Yeah,
right?
we
were about to hit the ground, and then we had to go. We went back up and then trailed around for 20 minutes.
Yeah, because you went in way too high.
I'm convinced it's just a shitty airport to land in.
All right. Well, let's get off the Philly and let's get a little back into some feel good. It
was nice to land in Chicago, which is like a proper.
Oh
airport.
yeah. Do you guys get taxied out in Indiana and?
Yeah, that's American Airlines. They land in Indiana and taxi you back.
Oh yeah, it's insane.
I think it's American Airlines. I think because they land on the far runways for every reason, and like you're taxiing for fucking ever.
They're doing something with that new one, trying to make it a little more easy for everybody.
It wasn't. I think it was probably like a 5-minute taxi. It wasn't like the worst one.
Yeah.
The one we went from Vegas, I felt like we literally been there for like 30 minutes taxiing.
All right, let's get that feel good. All right, this is kind of funny. Metal detector person who's a hobby finds farmer's Rolex 50 years after it was eaten by a cow.
Oh wow!
Isn't that kind of crazy?
Oh, one little funny I thought about in the airport in Napoli was that Katrina got. As you're about to go on the gate to get to the part where the bus takes you to your airplane. Like they scanned my passport, and I had both Katrina's bag. I had like her bag on top of my carry-on bag, and they like pushed me through. And Katrina got selected for like the random security check.
Oh no!
And she had like nothing. She had like a purse and that was it. I had like 3 bags worth. So if it was me, I'd have been there all fucking day.
Oh jeez. $25 bacteria batteries allow farmers to power sensing equipment for soil.
Cool.
That's kind of cool. $25
for now.
Yeah, right. I was watching. Oh, what is it? Or not Deal or No Deal. I don't know what I thought. It's the Mark Cuban Shark Tank, and there's one about this guy who was doing these things for farmers, and like this like kind of casing that helps farmers grow trees better and faster, and he wanted to keep it at a price that was like affordable for farmers, and because
what are you doing, dummy?
Larry's like, I need to sell this at $15, and he's like, no, I don't want to do that. I only need to make a couple dollars on this. And one guy was like, he's like, I'm giving you everything that you want, and I'm gonna let you do you because you're trying to do a good thing, and I want you to be able to do this, and gave him all the money he needed. And
oh wow,
yeah, it was really cool.
And then immediately he's like, hey, by the way, we're raising it to $15.
Yeah, fossil of Neanderthal child with Down syndrome hints at early humans' compassion. Oh, that's kind of cool. Lotus grown from 200-year-old seed in full bloom in Japan. 200-year-old seed.
Wow.
That's insane. And I can't get my stupid plant to grow back.
I saw they have lemon groves out there. So the one's interesting. How they like
ton of cats too.
How they they have cats in Rome, not so much in other places, but in the lemon grove area, like how they do new. Like what they'll do is they'll like cut a tree and they'll take branches from another tree and they'll like fuse it in there, and that's how they like keep the lemon trees growing. They'll put like tar and stuff on it till it like sets, and then they'll like it's like they like, and then that's how they create like new branches. It doesn't always take, but like that's how they continue like the branches going. So some of these like trees have been like
growing and growing,
yeah, forever.
Wow, that's crazy. My tomato plants. Check out Podcast S&P on Instagram and Twitter.
Peter, they want feet or nothing, man. Let's be
honest. You can see my tomatoes growing.
They want to see
tomatoes.
If tomatoes you mean feet, then they're in.
UK boy has brain implant fitted to control epilepsy seizures in world's first. That's cool, man. There are so many crazy diseases out there, man. I'm watching this court case for Karen Reed. And
the guy works watching that too. He's been on verdict watch for like 3 days. He's been telling me.
What's up?
He's on like verdict watch. He's like, man, I'm waiting for this verdict.
Yeah.
He thinks she's innocent.
It's a tough one. I've not
gotten the deets to know enough about it.
So this is insane. So a Boston police officer, and this is just like a little bit of the backstory, but his brother or his sister and his brother-in-law had 2 children. And the sister got had brain cancer and died. And then I don't know why, but the brother-in-law died very quickly after that. So he took in the 2 kids. And then he was dating this Karen Reed. Like they've had an on and off again relationship, very kind of tumultuous. They had a big blizzard, and they were having a fight because he was drunk and he had supposedly kissed another girl in a hotel of another, whatever. Women are crazy sometimes. And he had gotten out because they went to another party. He got out, and supposedly what the defense is saying is she backed into him. He fell because he was drunk, hit his head, was left out in front of this house where everybody's having a party, and it was a blizzard. So 6 inches of snow piled up on top of him, and he died.
I thought it was like a big cover up with the cops. But
her defense is he went to this party with one of these well-known cop buddies, and got into a fight and got beat to death, and they threw him out in
cops
front.
covered up
yeah,
and
they covered it up for the guy.
We'll find out.
Yeah. So I'm only day one in. I'm only day one into
I was on a boat. I was on a boat with a guy from Boston. Had this hardcore Boston accent, and the whole boat trip we're on, and he was he couldn't swim, and he was fucking terrified for the entire boat ride. I was trying not to laugh so hard. He was like so freaked out every time. We're in the open ocean, so you're like, you're moving a little bit.
Why would he do a boat tour if he's?
His wife kind of maybe he well, it depends which one you talk to. He said his wife said he disclosed what the whole thing was. He was in the impression that like you go for a little bit and you get off, and you go for a little bit and you get off, and you go for a little bit and you get off, like you visit kind of multiple cities.
Yeah.
That wasn't really the plan, because the plan was you were supposed to go to one island for like 4 hours and then drive around the rest of it. But that island was closed down because the pump that brings them water had broken for the day, so they didn't let any tourists off there.
Oh, okay, that's weird.
But to see this guy on the boat was kind of humorous, to be honest, a little bit.
Wow, that sucks.
He's like, "You have life jackets?" Or life jackets would have really bought like think of like Departed Boston accent. Like,
oh yeah. Pet
like Harvard Yard and kind of stuff.
A yard.
Yeah.
Chowder.
Chowder.
I mean, this guy.
Back up the trunk.
Yeah.
Pet rats driving tiny cars light up Instagram after Canadian couple's adoption. That's kind of cute.
Pet rats.
Yeah, pet rats. I don't know about that either.
Yeah, we're trying to kill rats here.
Yeah. Pioneering zero-emission hydrogen fuel cell powered ship successfully tested in Japan.
Cool.
That's kind of cool. China Lunar's probe returns first samples from far side of the moon, and they want everybody to come and like kind of test this out. But there's a very bad. We have not a great relationship with China right now, and so America's going to be like the only country not to go over there and be able to kind of like look at all this stuff.
We'll just tell England to steal some for us.
There you go. That's a good call, Chris.
We'll back channel and get some from Putin. Hunter Biden can take care of that for us.
Nice.
Governor issues largest ever pardon of U.S. cannabis convictions, with 175,000 Marylanders getting clemency.
Nice.
That's good to see.
Isn't Trump gonna like, if he gets reelected or gets elected again, he will like pardon all the people from like January 6th, right?
That's what they. No one said. They think. Yeah. New tech revives unusable organs. 10 successful transplants use kidneys that are normally discarded. That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
All right.
Discarded from, okay.
Well, no. So discarded meaning that they don't think that they don't usually work.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
who was it? You know who? There's a basketball player, Isaiah Thomas, I think. No. Nate Robinson. He needs new kidneys.
Really?
Yeah, it's sad.
That dude could jump like a motherfucker for how short he was.
Yeah, but he needs new kidneys, sadly.
That sucks. Hopefully he gets them.
Well, I got two more then. Tongue zapping device can rewire your brain to ignore tinnitus.
That'd be huge.
Okay. Women discovers thrift store vase she bought for $4 is made by an ancient Chinese and volunteered to give it back.
That's
nice.
That's a mensch right there.
Oh,
that will improve those Chinese-American relations.
there you go. That's what we need. I mean, me and Chris have figured out how to, kind of solve world problems. We've done it twice in the podcast in the last 2 weeks.
Yep.
Feed Coors Light.
Yes, Coors Light.
Yeah, you get everybody on. You get everybody together. You give them Coors Light, and they'll all be friends by the end of it.
Yep.
Why can't we be friends?
I don't know, Pat, but it's good to have you back. It's good to have you cutting everybody off and not being able to talk into a mic. We missed you, Pat. And we're glad you had a good time. Thank you for these drinks.
Spritzes.
I don't know if I'm going to need another one anytime soon, but I appreciate it.
I was going to make another one after this podcast.
Oh, nice. Thanks. Do us a favor. Hit that like, subscribe. Sorry there's no feet this time, ladies and gentlemen. Check out us on Instagram and Twitter at Podcast SMP. You can now you can email us at the smpodcast@gmail.com and yell at us about no feet. As always, have a great week. Be nice, work hard, and enjoy yourself.
And tune in for Pat Lynch's feet next week. It will be promising. Bye.